We'll have more teams playing for thousands of pounds. You can join us too, but do you know your lingo?
Tonight, alarming new allegations about a Melbourne childcare worker already accused of sickening crimes against children. Police defend the officer who shot dead a machete-wielding man at a busy Sydney shopping centre, plus the sheer fluke that started the deadly chain of events. Strolling through Shanghai, Anthony Albanese starts his 6-day tour with a plan to lure more Chinese tourists down under. Livelihoods on the line, calls for a royal commission into South Australia's toxic algal bloom as more video reveals the devastating consequences underneath the surface. An update on the condition of backpacker Carolina Vilga as she spends another night in hospital after her remarkable survival in the WA outback. And all over in just 57 minutes, the Wimbledon women's final stunned by a 114-year first.
This is 10 News with Lachlan Kennedy.
Hello. First tonight, the Victorian government is facing calls for a full review into the handling of complaints about alleged pedophile Joshua Brown. It has been revealed red flags were raised 2 years before he was accused of child sexual abuse. The incidents were not escalated by the Victorian Children's Commissioner, clearing Brown to work at 10 other childcare centres.
2 weeks ago, Melody Gleister's world was shattered. Her perception of reality turned upside down with the news her 6-year-old daughter's childcare educator, Joshua Brown, was being charged with more than 70 offences, including alleged child sexual assault.
It's just been trying to get through one day at a time. I feel like each new day something else is coming out.
Last night, an email to her inbox from G8 Education informing parents that Brown had been reported for his alleged conduct 2 years before his arrest.
I was beyond furious, actually.
Victoria Police, the Commission for Children and Young People and the Department of Education were informed of incidents between October 2021 and February 2024. In April 2023, 3 G8 staff reported Mr Brown for aggressively handling a child. Brown was given a written formal warning and opted to take extended leave after the disciplinary action. And in January 2024, there were allegations Mr Brown raised his voice with children and forcibly grabbed the arm of one, grabbed the leg of another and forcibly pulled off their shoe. But the Commission didn't escalate Brown's case for a review of his working with children check.
That should never, ever have been allowed.
We can't have a system where kids are left at risk and parents don't trust the system.
The new information seemingly at odds with previous statements. There were no formal complaints and he was not known to police. The state government today facing intense scrutiny.
We've been very clear that we are conducting investigations. Victoria Police are conducting their investigations.
While her 6-year-old has little memory of her time at daycare, parents like Melody are now left with no faith.
She still has nightmares which she won't tell us anything about. And whether or not there's a link there, I don't know.
Rebecca Powell, 10 News.
Police are defending the actions of an officer who fatally shot a Western Sydney father in a busy shopping centre car park yesterday after he brandished what they say was a 50-centimetre machete. Today, the critical incident investigation continued as the man's distraught family visited the scene.
The loved ones of a 29-year-old concreter gathered at the spot where he was gunned down by police.
He's a local male. He has limited holdings in terms of police. He is a person that we know has 2 young daughters.
It was around 3:15 p.m. yesterday when police were called to the Mount Druitt Westfield car park near the cinema. A fight had broken out between 2 groups of women, all 6 in their 20s, one of them calling in her husband, who came armed with a machete.
Suggests at least 50 centimetres in length. If anyone had seen it, that you'd be alarmed simply by the vision of it.
When 2 police officers demanded he drop it,
the male had refused to and continued to walk towards the females involved in the melee, and at that stage, a police officer had fired his service revolver. Their actions were brave. And I want to put that on record. Their actions was brave.
Police are still investigating the cause of the fight, but don't believe the two groups were known to each other, describing it as a sheer fluke that they crossed paths, resulting in yesterday's violent outcome.
They are not known in terms of any gang affiliation.
Today, tributes are the only sign of yesterday's incident. A shopping centre spokesperson today saying security acted swiftly with police in a coordinated response, adding that safety and security is its highest priority.
There's an awful lot of children around here, so it is a bit scary that people are armed with weapons like that.
It's not good for the community, local community. It's not very good.
As the internal probe continues,
we will put our arms around those police, as we do, and they deserve that. But they are good people. They are good people. They are good police officers. They didn't come to work yesterday knowing they had to shoot somebody.
police say the two officers are being offered full support. Hannah Taylor, 10 News.
Victoria Police are on the hunt for a group of arsonists who torched a panel beaters in Melbourne's southeast after ramming a stolen vehicle through the front door. The fire caused hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage, leaving the owners distraught.
A burnt-out Land Cruiser rammed into the front of an auto body shop in Braeside.
Disaster.
Just after 3 a.m, CCTV captured the stolen vehicle drive along Boundary Road. Soon after, plumes of smoke were seen billowing into the sky and explosions rang out. More than 70 firefighters responded to the blaze.
We've got paints, fuel, accelerant and quite a large number of vehicles, so first crews on scene quickly upped the alarm.
Firefighters battled the flames for more than an hour before they could be deemed under control.
This building we bought 15 years ago, number 8. We bought it 15 years ago for my swear every day.
The fire has caused significant damage to both the building and vehicles inside. Staff at the company now spending their Sunday informing their customers their cars have been destroyed.
No, for us, everyone happen to this shop. They burn the 2, 3 every day, every night. We Australia deserve better than this, 100%.
Those responsible remain on the run. Jack Perry, 10 News.
Fire has also torn through a Western Sydney panel beaters. Fireys found the Granville smash repair shop well alight just before 4 o'clock. Multiple trucks and an aerial unit attacked the flames. Significant damage has been reported. A grandfather who was hit by a car that mounted a footpath at a park in Melbourne on Thursday has died in hospital. The 60-year-old was struck while he was walking with his wife and grandson in Wanturna South. His 59-year-old wife died at the scene while the 2-year-old boy suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police are yet to interview the 91-year-old driver of the car. The Prime Minister has begun his nearly week-long trip to China, talking up Australian tourism and sport. But his visit has again been overshadowed by the White House, with Anthony Albanese grilled over his government's position on Taiwan.
Touching down in Shanghai, the Prime Minister on a mission to keep ties strong with the most influential and powerful force in Asia.
This is an important engagement.
Which started this morning, the PM taking a walk with fiancée Jodie Hayden on the Bund.
Thank you so much.
Joined by the Shanghai Football Club, including former Socceroo Kevin Muscat.
One of the things about Australia and China that's so important is that we build people-to-people relations.
Before a bilateral meeting with Shanghai's party secretary.
It is in our interests to have good relations with China.
All while the political football of trade, tariffs and Trump looms over this trip. The Prime Minister, though, keen to talk up tourism today.
Just work, no fun.
Visiting Trip.com headquarters as Tourism Australia signed a deal with the website to get more visitors from China down under. Also launching a new version of a tourism campaign to come say good day. In the year to March, 860,000 Chinese tourists visited Australia, spending $9.2 billion, while more than 500,000 Australians visited China last year.
Chinese tourism is growing at a faster pace than other international markets.
They visit Australia, you know, they will get out of the cities more and more.
Even as the Prime Minister begins his charm offensive here in Shanghai, tonight another sign Australia is caught in the middle between the United States and China, with the Pentagon demanding Australia reveal its position if the US were to go to war over Taiwan. Elbridge Colby, America's Under-Secretary of Defence for Policy and the man overseeing the review of AUKUS, saying some among our allies might not welcome frank conversations, but we will not be deterred from advancing his agenda.
We want peace and security in our region.
Let's go to our federal political reporter Matthew Carr-Student, who is travelling with the Prime Minister and is live for us in a very balmy Shanghai tonight. Matt, it was all about tourism today. What else is on the agenda for the PM this week?
Yeah, good evening, Lachlan. Of course, with these visits from the Prime Minister to foreign countries, it is all very well orchestrated and well planned, especially here in China. And the comments out of the White House today really threw a spanner in the works for the Prime Minister, who, of course, as you heard, is very much keen to talk about the positive angle, China's trade relations with Australia and tourism as well. And in particular, when you look at the White House, of course, they have a deal when it comes to their own security. They don't reveal their position. So this is likely to plague Anthony Albanese on his visit over the next 5 days. But where to from here? Tomorrow in Shanghai, the PM will meet with business leaders, including some higher up from Australia for a round table. And then later this week, he will head to Beijing, where he will meet with President Xi Jinping, followed by a few more surprises we're being told on the way. So, Lockie, a big day, a big week ahead for Anthony Albanese, who's really trying to strengthen his position. Of course, given the timing with the White House, it is a very precarious position and a diplomatic dance, to say the least.
It is indeed. Matthew Carr-Student in Shanghai. Thank you so much. The Prime Minister's trip does come as exercise talisman sabre officially begins back here at home, launched in the next hour with a ceremony full of all the military trimmings on Sydney Harbour. But, of course, beneath the fanfare and formalities is a serious signal, as Australia and the United States launch their largest ever bilateral military drill.
Allies advancing towards yet another military epic.
Welcome to Exercise Talisman Sabre 2025.
Tonight, with Sydney Harbour as the backdrop, it's curtains up on the biggest and most ambitious war games yet.
I think we'll gust close to 40, if not exceed 40,000 participants.
From 19 countries, with exercises stretching from the New South Wales south coast to Queensland, WA and, for the first time, Papua New Guinea.
As the saying goes, we could do all this alone and we could go fast, but because we want to go far, we have to do it together.
Among the drills, they hope to achieve 79 military firsts, a big flex across air, land and sea, as well as space and even cyberspace.
An answer to the changing character of warfare we see across the globe, Ukraine, Russia, in the Middle East.
All designed to deter as much as it is to prepare.
Our ultimate goal, part two here, is no war.
Talisman Sabre is more than just a show of military might, it's a message, and one officials say won't go unnoticed, with China in particular expected to be watching very closely.
I will leave it to China to interpret what 19 friends, allies and partners wanting to operate together in the region means to them.
A united front as questions grow about the strength of our military ties with America. The US insists it's
ironclad.
Let the games begin. Tallulah Thompson, 10 News.
All this as Donald Trump has escalated trade tensions again. The American president is now threatening 30% tariffs on the European Union and Mexico from next month. Both Mexico and the EU have promised countermeasures if the tariffs are imposed. The German backpacker who was rescued after surviving almost 2 weeks alone in the WA wilderness is spending another night in hospital tonight. While Carolina Vilga is on the road to recovery, she is reportedly under emotional duress. Here's Grace Armstrong with more.
Lachlan, Carolina will now spend her third night here at Fiona Stanley Hospital, a far cry from the WA wilderness where she was found. Police say her physical injuries were minimal, but she did sustain an ankle injury alongside cuts and bruises, and that she was ravaged by insects. But her recovery will go far beyond that. Carolina spent 12 nights alone in remote bushland, sleeping in a cave and drinking from puddles to stay alive. After her vehicle became bogged in dense bush, that's when she ventured to find help. The 26-year-old was eventually found on Friday by a nearby station owner and flown back to Perth on board a police plane. Officers say she was traumatised and overwhelmed and now needs emotional support. The Premier today thanking those who never gave up the search and warning other travellers thinking about exploring our outback.
This could have ended differently. This could have ended with a tragic loss of life. We are so pleased that she's managed this extraordinary feat. This is an example of just how dangerous our bushland and our outback can be. Obviously, she took some precautions, but when you go out into the wilderness by yourself, you are taking very high risk.
Lachlan police say this incredible outcome was only possible thanks to help from the Wheatbelt community and a bit of sheer luck. Carolina is expected to remain here in hospital for the next few days.
Grace Armstrong with that report. Stay with us, still to come. A teen crossing an intersection, hit and killed by a driver accused of running a red light. And a winter warning as underprepared holidaymakers slip and slide on icy roads. To the Middle East now, and the latest Israeli attacks in Gaza have killed at least 59 Palestinians. 31 people were shot dead on their way to an aid distribution site, while 28 others, including children, have been killed in airstrikes. The attacks follow 2 days of ceasefire talks. At a rally in Israel, protesters have urged their government to make a deal for a permanent ceasefire and the return of hostages. A man has been granted bail after being accused of hitting and killing a teenager in Sydney's West overnight. The alleged driver is charged with running a red light, the magistrate describing him as a careless driver.
A scream woke residents in this Western Sydney street last night after 18-year-old Andrew Zhu was hit while crossing the road at an intersection.
Around 10:45, I heard a loud bang.
A woman believed to have been with the teenager at the time distraught.
There's never been anything as horrifying as this.
Members of the public desperately performed CPR on the 18-year-old before paramedics arrived, but he couldn't be saved.
Started to hear the sirens. About 10-15 minutes later, we came out, saw a vehicle, obviously parked up, and I could hear a lady screaming in distress.
The 26-year-old man accused of being behind the wheel arrested at the scene. Today faced court on multiple charges, including dangerous driving occasioning death, negligent driving occasioning death, not stopping at stop line at red light, and disobeying a right turn only sign. The magistrate describing the charges as very serious, also adding he clearly is a careless driver. The court hearing he travelled at speed through a red light, his lawyer refusing to make any comments today.
Given the nature of this event, I think it's inappropriate to comment at this time, and there'll be no comment at this time.
Neighbours say it's not the first time an incident has happened at this intersection, telling 10 News First multiple crashes happen here every year.
Have in the past jaywalked there a couple times before, just because it just seems like it's quite a short road to cross for a pedestrian, but you know, obviously now I'm definitely not going to do that, just in case, you know, a car skids by or something. Like, you never know what's going to happen.
Michaela Fanto, 10 News.
Alpine enthusiasts are being warned to be well prepared before venturing to the snow this year. Have a look at that visibility. Cars slipping off icy mountain roads are becoming more common, according to authorities in the New South Wales snowy mountains. Holidaymakers who don't have an appropriate four-wheel drive and snow chains are being urged to use public transport like one of these buses instead, while snow clearing efforts are also being ramped up to manage the winter tourism influx. Amanda Jason joins me now with the latest on the weather. And Amanda, a cold front in the southeast could bring a little more snow.
It certainly will, Lachlan. There is going to be some very cool conditions spreading across the southeast thanks to a cold front. Now, we can see all this cloud associated with this system moving through the southeast of the country. Not only is it bringing snow to the Alpine regions, but also blizzard-like conditions to some of the Alps, particularly across southern New South Wales over the course of tonight into tomorrow morning as well. But there is damaging wind warnings in place for eastern parts of Victoria, southern and even some parts of central New South Wales along those slopes and ranges. That cold front will continue to move through tonight, bringing some very strong winds and also a mix of showers and, of course, snowfall as well. Now, it has been a cold day in Melbourne today. Even though the temperature made it to a top of 16 degrees, the feel-like temperature was much colder than that. It sat at around 6 or 7 degrees thanks to the wind chill factor in the middle of the day today. In Hobart, we made it to 17. We got to 17 degrees in Adelaide, 18 in Sydney, and it was a little warmer in Brisbane with a top of 22 degrees. Now, by tomorrow, those temperatures will only reach a top of 13 in Melbourne, just 9 degrees in Hobart and 14 in Adelaide. There are going to be some very cold conditions across the southeast, but I will have more details of the weather ahead a little later in the bulletin.
We'll see you then, Amanda. Thank you very much. Up next, a landmark inquiry launched into the Queensland branch of the CFMEU as the state government claims it is trying to clean up a union dogged by allegations of coercion and bullying. Also, busted at the border, how police pounced on a pair of alleged drug mules. And fancy a margarita? Well, there is plenty to go around with this record-breaking beverage. A powerful commission of inquiry has been announced to investigate an alleged culture of coercion and bullying within the Queensland branch of the CFMEU. The announcement follows a bombshell report which claimed to only scratch the surface of allegations inside the construction union.
Days on from an explosive and damning report, an extraordinary move to further crack down on the CFMEU.
This is the most powerful tool we as a government have to ensure that what we have seen comes to an end.
Queensland's Premier announcing a commission of inquiry into the state branch after a 45-page report by barrister Jeffrey Watson detailed allegations of violence, intimidation and threats that the report claims were likely directed by former leaders Michael Ravbar and Jade Ingham. Its alleged thuggish behaviour the report claims to have only scratched the surface of.
This commission of inquiry announced by the Premier this morning will finally let the truth be revealed.
Only 55 people were interviewed during the Watson investigation because it's claimed there was an obstinate refusal to cooperate from some critical witnesses. The report said CFMEU officials are afflicted with widespread memory loss. The inquiry will compel witnesses and documents and offer protection to those fearing retribution.
And they, under oath, have to explain their side of the story. There can't be the memory losses, there can't be the obfuscation.
Former ministers could also be called upon to give evidence. Labor initially called for a CCC inquiry, but has offered bipartisan support.
Any matters that were raised were referred. I have nothing to hide.
This is Labor's Fitzgerald moment, and people must be held accountable for enabling the actions of the CFMEU in the last 10 years.
The report claimed the abuse was so bad that the Queensland Police insisted that one minister be given a security upgrade. Former Industrial Relations Minister Grace today confirming that was her.
It was myself. I'm happy to say that. When we were putting the CFMEU into administration, I had never contemplated it in the past. There were no threats to me. It was just a precautionary step.
The state government is now working through the terms of reference and is yet to appoint a commissioner to lead the inquiry, but hopes it will get underway next month. Jade Richards, 10 News.
The crowd at Wimbledon erupted as Princess Catherine arrived for the women's singles final overnight. The Princess of Wales was greeted with a standing ovation as she made her way to the royal box. Kate, who is a patron of the tennis club, has rarely missed a Wimbledon, and this was one of only a handful of public appearances so far this year as she recovers from cancer. One of the biggest gigs in music history is marking 40 years since its record-breaking performance. Live Aid was a 16-hour music event that raised more than $300 million for famine relief in Ethiopia. The event was the brainchild of Bob Geldof, who was joined by the likes of Paul McCartney, David Bowie, Elton John and, of course, as you can see, Queen. Just iconic. Dubbed the global jukebox, the show was watched by almost 2 billion people. Mexico has shaken things up, smashing the Guinness World Record for the largest margarita ever made. The muy impresionante feat was mixed in Tijuana, adding up to more than 34,000 litres of the tequila cocktail, topping the previous record set in Las Vegas. The giant glass you can see there took 3 years to build, with special technology to keep every drop fresh and fiesta ready. Can you imagine the headache? Dear me. All right, steak still with us. Still to come, the devastating impact of a problem that just keeps on spreading. There are fresh calls for more action to battle South Australia's algal bloom crisis.
TK Maxx. Big brands, small prices. Apps at TK Lootly. The people we love spreading germs. But we've got you. Dettol. Spread the love, not the germs.
At Ring, we've reinvented the doorbell and reimagined home security. It's our smart, easy installing, home protecting. Oh, no you don't. Monitor from anywhere, even from there. Security camera watching, crime deterring, front door detecting. G'day, mate. Delivery collecting, pet sitting. Hello. Security system. Save up to 50% off select devices during Amazon Prime Day. Shop Ring Security on Amazon.
Disney discs are coming. Start collecting July 16 at Woolworths and Big W.
Ziggy, no! Ziggy! That's it, we're going to the shop. Sausage roll?
Got 4 left.
New Mitsubishi Outlander. It's a bit rock and roll.
The Aussie Olympic gold medalist struggling beneath the surface.
I was very close to suicide.
Liesl Jones opens up about her mental health battle.
10 News Plus, coming up next.
Nearly 500 weapons have been surrendered to police since tough new knife laws came into effect in South Australia this month. The legislation declared swords and machetes as prohibited weapons, while people aged under 18 are also banned from buying knives. People have been given 3 months to anonymously surrender their weapons to local police stations. 2 French women have been caught allegedly trying to smuggle $29 million worth of methamphetamine into Australia. Border Force officers searched their luggage when they flew into Brisbane from Southeast Asia on Tuesday. They allegedly found 32 individually wrapped bricks of white powder. They were searched because their flight path was similar to another group of alleged drug smugglers who were charged last week. Both travellers are now behind bars, and if found guilty, they could face life in prison. Fishermen in South Australia have shared the devastating impacts of the toxic algal bloom on marine industries. The state's opposition has accused the government of mismanaging the ecological and economic disaster, and it's calling for an independent royal commission.
As dead sea life piles up on SA shores, the state's fishing industry is pleading for urgent assistance.
We're 70 days in now, 70 days, and we need some help.
Fourth-generation fisherman Andrew Pisani is from Stansbury on the York Peninsula. He had to temporarily shut down his business 22 days ago as the algal bloom continues to litter the ocean floor with dead marine life.
Our operation there's no income there at all. We've dried up.
With some major mussel producers on the Eyre Peninsula also forced to close yesterday, the opposition is calling for an independent royal commission into the ecological disaster.
We have now let this effectively be managed, or should we say mismanaged, by the government for some few months now. Livelihoods are on the line.
A multi-million-dollar investigation the state government has opposed.
We're keen to make sure we're having the best scientists look at what's happening and making sure that the funds are directed at those who are affected, not going to lawyers for a royal commission.
The government announced an initial $500,000 relief package this week, promising more to come. Fishers say it can't come soon enough.
Just surviving off what's left at the minute, and each day goes by, it's sort of, you feel like it's going to get a little bit worse.
I wake up at night thinking, oh, OK, how much longer can we catch some fish for?
Fishers are also calling for greater public messaging over the safety of South Australian seafood. Despite produce being ruled as safe to eat, they say they're struggling to sell what they've managed to catch.
A lot of businesses are going to go down with this, and York Peninsula will not survive.
Rebecca Wilson, 10 News.
Aussie swimming legend Liesl Jones has opened up on her mental health battle. In an exclusive interview on 10 News Plus at 6 o'clock tonight, she reveals her journey and the 3 little words she thinks can make a difference to others going through a similar battle. It is time for sport now with Chloe Amanda Bailey. And Chloe, the D's have rolled over the Roos.
Lucky they have, but it wasn't without drama. Melbourne's Tom Sparrow knocked out cold in the 4th term. North star Tristan Sherry now likely to face MRO scrutiny. We have the latest next. And Wimbledon stunned, a 114-year first for Iga Swiatek.
The truth will finally be revealed.
Your millionaire boyfriend is bankrupt. He's got a criminal record. Expose him.
Bertie, why are you playing games? The fake finale, tonight on 10.
Watch and stream free.
Take me by the hand, take me somewhere new. I don't know who you are, but I'm with you. I'm with you. Take me by the hand, take me somewhere.
I'm a Weet-Bix kid.
He's one.
Me too.
And me.
A Weet-Bix kid. Are you?
Try Weet-Bix Bites. Bite-sized goodness.
The Greater Sydney Caravan and Outdoor Leisure Roadshow.
More than just a caravan show.
It's your once-a-year chance to see over 60 major caravan brands all in the one place.
Don't miss this, 3 days only. Friday to Sunday, July 25 to 27 at the Hawkesbury Showgrounds.
If I say she's an icon, she's an icon.
The greatest of all time. Iconic.
The supermodel of concealers.
Maybelline, New York, baby.
All great eras leave a legacy. In this golden age of peak chicken, that legacy is crumbs. McWings are here at Macca's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Painful sore throat ruining your day? Turn it around with Strepsils. Strepsils Extra helps kill bacteria and numbs pain fast. For effective relief, try Strepsils.
Rocky loves ice cream. Almost as much as Rocky's owner loves saving. With his Westpac home loan package, he saved over $9,000 in interest in the first year alone. Rocky's owner is thinking that could come in handy. Rocky's thinking that could buy a lot of ice cream. Westpac home loan packages. Sweet savings.
Allcastle Homes Newport Duplex. 10 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. 2 homes with downstairs bedroom and bathroom. Live in one, rent one. From $899,995.
Right now at Woolworths, discover great weekly specials across the store, like half price on selected vitamins from Nature's Way, Blackmores, Swiss, Synovus and Barocca. From the fresh food people.
So, Robbo's dropping by later.
Get the Mazda BT50 SP from $67,990 drive away, or the 4x4 BT50 XT from $54,990 drive away. He drives a BT50, right?
Wrexham is taking on Sydney FC. Live and exclusive on Paramount Plus.
Oh, he found the sweet spot with that.
Tuesday from 7 on Paramount Plus.
Melbourne snapped its 5-game skid with a convincing 6-goal win over the Kangaroos. But the victory was marred after D's midfielder Tom Sparrow was knocked out cold in a hit which will likely see Roos ruckman Tristan Sherry suspended.
Desperate to return to the winners list, Demon skipper Max Gawn fired up his crew, and Cozzy Pickett clearly got the memo.
One out in the cage, he's out the back. Show him your tail lights. Keziah Pickett slams it up into the third tier.
The Roos found a response thanks to a son of a gun.
Cooper Harvey in his first game at the home of footy, and Baby Boomer's got a goal at the G.
Prompting a proud clap from Dad as North held a 5-point first quarter lead. But from there, Melbourne went on a blitz with 5 unanswered goals.
Gives it over to Langdon as he tweaked it enough.
Tristan Sherry embraced his duel with Gawn but coughed up a free, and his fellow ruckman made him pay.
Reminding us all that he's still the premier ruckman in the game.
Cam Zurhaar stemmed the bleeding.
He's got 3 in the quarter, and Cam Zurhaar is dragging North back into this game.
Cutting the margin to 16 points at the final break, but the Demons were too hot to handle.
Unselfish and finishing it off is Melksham with his fifth.
The clash took a nasty turn when Tom Sparrow was knocked out.
He's out cold, and that is not good news. And you can see there's a bit of biff on afterwards as well.
Play stopped as Sparrow was stretchered off. Cherry apologised, but the Roos ruckman is expected to face a lengthy ban. The hit souring a 6-goal win for the Demons. Jonathan Simon, 10 News.
West Coast Jack Graham was pulled from today's clash with Port Adelaide after copping a 4-match ban for a homophobic slur. He reported himself to the AFL after the comment against GWS last round. The Bombers confirmed Nick Martin's ACL is torn, only adding to their 9-point loss to Richmond last night. Will Setterfield will miss the rest of the season with a foot injury.
Trying to put on a sort of brave face and be positive and upbeat, which is what you need to be as a leader, but it's getting sort of hard to deny it's not flattening.
Fremantle's finals hopes have been boosted after taking down Hawthorn by 13 points. The Warriors have returned to the winner's circle as Tanner Boyd proved an able replacement for Luke Metcalf. The Tigers consigned to their 11th loss of the season, 34-14 in Auckland. The Bulldogs escaped with a 4-point win in North Queensland after the Cowboys were disallowed 2 tries. Cameron Ciraldo admitting he's not sure where Lockie Galvin fits long-term after dropping their star mid-season recruit before kick-off.
How do you think Galvin might figure into your plans moving forward?
No, I'm not too sure about that. We'll see how that goes, but I think tonight we're just going to celebrate a really hard-fought win.
Relief for the Roosters and Sam Walker. He's avoided further punishment from the judiciary for this dangerous tackle, which saw him sin-binned in his return match during their 7-point win over the Dragons. Australia has failed to build on a steady start to day 1 of the 3rd test against the West Indies in Jamaica. After an improved showing from the top order, the Aussies lost 7 for 68 to be all out for 225.
A selection surprise for the day-night encounter. Nathan Lyon left out for another seamer in Scott Boland.
Yeah, pink ball, so I think it's a little bit different to a normal test.
In Test match 100 for Mitchell Starc, Australia won the toss. Sam Constas looked sharp early.
Shot of authority.
But failed to go on with it.
Oh, that's close.
Cameron Green pushed on from his half-century in the second test. A stunning catch sent Usman Khawaja on his way for 23. Steve Smith keen to maintain the momentum.
Yeah, that's crunched.
Smith and Green were building a healthy partnership.
Found the gap nicely.
Before a pitch knocked over the West Aussie on 46. From there, the wickets tumbled. Smith had a wild swing at one. Webster out for one. Head made 20, but fell to some calypso class.
Great effort, great effort.
Carey also failing to make the most of a start.
Another one gone.
It may have been his milestone, but that didn't stop Stark from receiving a seal send-off. Australia all out late on day one.
Staken.
Enough time then for Stark to make his mark on his big occasion.
Got in! Straight through him.
The Windies 1 for 16 at stumps.
Yeah, to get them one down I think is really crucial. And wait and see what happens tomorrow.
Daniel Garb, 10 News.
Poland's Iga Świątek needed just 57 minutes to be crowned Wimbledon champion, beating Amanda Anisimova. The American getting stage fright with the clash going down as the most one-sided women's final at the All England club in 114 years.
Under an hour and without dropping a single game.
As one-sided as it gets, Iga Świątek is Wimbledon champion for the first time.
A double bagel defeat, just the second time ever in the Open era. The former world #1, not a fan of grass, even she surprised herself.
Honestly, I didn't even dream because for me it was just like way too far. I want to thank my team because I feel like they believed in me more than I did.
Her opponent left shattered, a nightmare even Princess Kate couldn't console.
My mom's put in more work than I have, honestly.
The American admitting nerves got the better of her.
It's not how I would have wanted my first Grand Slam final to go. I think I was a little bit in shock after. I'll definitely come out stronger after this.
Poland's first Wimbledon champion, Świątek hoping she's earned some reprieve from home critics.
How they treated me and my team, it wasn't really pleasant. I hope they will just leave me alone and let me do my job.
In the men's doubles final, Aussie Rinky Hijikata and his Dutch partner fell in straight sets. Brooke East, 10 News.
It's a long way from a Welsh winter for the stars of Wrexham FC, who have landed in the harbour city ahead of their clash against Sydney FC on Tuesday night.
Looking back in the National League days and now to be stood here on Sydney Harbour, on the Australian tour, yeah, it does seem slightly surreal.
They are preparing for their first season in the English Championship and will look to make it 2 wins from 2 on their Aussie tour after already accounting for Melbourne victory. 3 Aussie women have major glory within their grasp, with Gabriella Ruffles best placed. She shares the lead at 11 under after carding a 66th third round at the Evian Championship.
Trying to use the slope to get it close. Oh, how about that spin? Look at this.
Minjee Lee is hot on her tail, looking to claim back-to-back majors. She's just 1 shot behind, sitting tied third. It's not uncommon for former pro athletes to be good at other sports, and former Major League Baseball player Jimmy Rollins is proof of that.
He was calling for it immediately after the ball left the club base. And guess what? It happened. An ace for Jimmy.
That was crazy. And that's my first one.
Lucky it was caught on camera. Rollins nailing his first hole-in-one and snagging a boat as his prize in the process. So as he prepares to sail away from the American Century Championship, he can also have our play of the day. Lockie, to be so good at everything.
He can have the play of the day. I'll take the boat. All right, Chloe, thank you very much. Stay with us. Amanda has your weather forecast right after this short break.
That's next Sunday on 10.
Hey Dodo, got any deals in your NBN so you can hook my mum up?
Well, she'll love this. Save up to $23 off a month for 6 whole months.
What?
Yeah.
No. I'm going to call my mum right now. I'm going to tell your mum.
Yeah, she's already on it.
Yeah.
What kind of crazy life hack is this?
The dishwasher doesn't dry the dishes well enough.
Try Finish Rinse Save.
For 2 times better drying, including on plastic, improving shine and protecting glasses.
Finish, the real life hack.
when the lucky country isn't so lucky. It's lucky you're with Amy.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Right now at Woolworths, discover great weekly specials across the store, like half price on selected vitamins from Nature's Way, Blackmores, Swiss, Synovis and Barocca. From the fresh food people.
All great eras leave a legacy. In this golden age of peak chicken, that legacy is crumbs. McWings are here at Macca's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Super Cheap Auto, we believe there's no excuse not to DIY. But I'm running late for Pilates. So luckily, we also offer DIFY, do it for you, with super quick wiper blade fitting. Make it super at Super Cheap Auto.
Allcastle Homes Apollo 36 has been awarded New South Wales Master Builders Display Home of the Year. 36 squares of award-winning luxury with up to 7 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. See the range at allcastlehomes.com.au.
When you unwrap an Uncle Toby's muesli bar, you're unwrapping a slice of pure... with its explosion of Aussie oats and delicious choc chips. Unwrap the yeah.
After years of German research, now there's Body Essential Iron Vital Kid Liquid Sachets. Because it's a liquid, it's easily absorbed and gentle on kids' tummies. A great tasting organic form of iron that supports a healthy immune system function with vitamin B and C available now.
Introducing the all-new Subaru Forester. With next-generation strong hybrid with over 1,000 kilometre range. In the all-new symmetrical all-wheel drive Subaru Forester, get ready to own the road and conquer the wild. It's you and Subaru for a world discovered. See you out there.
The Aussie Olympic gold medalist struggling beneath the surface.
I was very close to suicide.
Liesl Jones opens up about her mental health battle.
Physically and mentally exhausted, feeling really alone. Oh, it's like so...
In Georgie Tunney's 10 News Plus interview, find out what Liesl has to say about facing her toughest challenge.
Whatever you're going through, tomorrow could be the best day of your life.
10 News Plus, coming up next.
Coming up on 10 News Plus, Live for Tomorrow. Swimmer Liesl Jones' emotional plea after pulling herself from the depths of despair.
And should warning labels about cancer risks be mandatory on booze bottles?
Welcome back. I hope you've had a great weekend so far. Let's find out what's in store for our weather for the week ahead. Now, on the satellite image at the moment, we can see this area of cloud across southeastern parts of the country. This is all associated with a low pressure trough and cold front. As that system moves through, it has been bringing some showers, which have been heavy at times across parts of Tasmania, but some lighter falls across South Australia and Victoria. Now, we do have a damaging wind warning in place for parts of eastern Victoria and southern and central New South Wales, mainly along the ranges and also the slopes of New South Wales, with the potential of even blizzard-like conditions across the Alps. As that system continues to move through over the course of tomorrow, we will see some very cool conditions in the wake of that system, but those winds will begin to ease from around tomorrow morning before a low pressure system begins to move through southern parts of South Australia. Now, in the way of rain, the heaviest falls will be overnight tonight. Those showers will continue to push through parts of Victoria, Tasmania and southern New South Wales, but there will be a bit of a clearing trend throughout the second half of the day as a bit more of a westerly wind dries out those winds. But as we see another low pressure trough and cold front beginning to approach, that will cause those showers to redevelop later on Monday. In Queensland tomorrow, we are looking at fine conditions across the state, just the slight chance of a shower for the very far northeast coast, but elsewhere it will be dry and warm as well. Temperatures for Brisbane tomorrow hitting a top of 23 degrees, but with those very clear skies, we are seeing those cooler overnight temperatures. So it will take a little bit of time for things to warm up throughout the morning. Overnight temperatures dipping down to 9 degrees, and that will happen again in the early hours of Tuesday, but warming to 24 degrees on Tuesday. A beautiful start to the week with sunny conditions, but we will begin to see some showers developing from around Friday. Now, for New South Wales tomorrow, some isolated showers through inland parts of the state. We will see the chance of those showers pushing across parts of the southern and central ranges, particularly through the second half of the day, but elsewhere it will be sunny to the north and east of the state. For Nowra tomorrow, temperatures getting to a top of 16 degrees with clear skies, Lismore 20 degrees. For Sydney, a beautiful start to the week. Clear skies and a top of 18 degrees, but there will be a bit of a southwesterly wind pushing across the city early in the day. So that could bring some slightly windier conditions, but certainly it will be sunny and temperatures getting to a top of 18 degrees. Now, thanks to those clear skies, we are going to see some cool overnight temperatures dipping down to 7 in the early hours of Tuesday, just 6 degrees on Wednesday and Thursday. And of course, it will be much cooler though through western parts of Sydney. Now, we are going to see some rain arriving from around Friday, but until then we are looking at mostly fine conditions. For Victoria tomorrow, we are going to see those isolated showers lingering across much of the state, particularly through the very first part of the day, but that cold front will be clearing the east overnight tonight. So conditions will ease for a period tomorrow, but we will see those showers redeveloping again in the southwest of the state later in the day. For Melbourne tomorrow, a cool day ahead, temperatures getting to a top of just 13 degrees, 15 on Tuesday, and those showers will persist for the first half of the week. For Tasmania tomorrow, showers will be through the west and south of the state. We'll see snowfalls down to 500 metres, a top of just 9 degrees in Hobart tomorrow with showers, and those showers will persist right through till Thursday. Now, for South Australia, showers will be through southern parts of the state and the west coast. For Adelaide tomorrow, the chance of a shower or two, and those showers will persist through much of the week. Thank you, Lachlan.
Amanda, thank you very much. I'm Lachlan Kennedy. Thanks for your company. Amelia and Denham are here now with 10 News Plus. Bye-bye.
The PM is now